there was one thing I miss about zombies, it would be the cool, cinematic music trailers that Treyarch would put out for almost every map. In Black Ops 2, they were simple music videos that featured the corresponding map's music Easter egg along with some gameplay. In Black Ops 3, they upped this by creating new cinematic scenes just for that video. This would provide some very cool visuals for not only gameplay but story as well. Now what I'd like to do in this video is go over some fun or otherwise odd visuals I found during these cinematic trailers. This isn't to make fun of the people at Call of Duty who made these trailers, it's more just to have fun with the little oddities you could find. Now without further ado, let's start off with Now in Black Ops 2, there actually aren't too many of these weird visuals you could find, and I believe this to be because I believe Black Ops 2's trailers were recorded by using the theater mode built into Black Ops 2. Now don't take my word on that because I'm not 100% sure on how they made these, but that would just be my simple explanation. Now there is one thing I did find, and that is a dirty, rotten cheater. In the buried music video, you can see Marlton standing on a table that you cannot access, and all the zombies are grouped around him and can't hit him, as he's standing up there, racking up points, can't even grab power-ups. He's got his whole team down, they're all spectating him. We all had that one friend that would say, "I know a glitch," and this is what he ends up doing. But that's all there is for Buried and Black Ops 2. Now on to Now, whilst making this video, I debated on including this or not since there's a few cases of dual wielding in trailers and cinematics, but I decided why not because it pops up so much, and that would be Dempsey dual wielding the MR6s. I don't know what's up with this guy and using the MR6 all the time, but every time he's using them, he's dual wielding them in the Giant trailer and also within the Horizon Drek theatrical trailer. Now I know this pops up in the Giant and it later on pops up again in Blood of the Dead, but I'm just gonna leave out the intros and Easter egg cutscenes for now and focus on the theatrical music videos. But if you guys would like me to go back and look through all the intros and cutscenes for the Easter eggs and find whatever little oddities I can, I will try and do that for you. Now within the cinematic, it only pops up twice. Once here where he's scouting around, and the other could be considered here. Now although we don't see his right hand as he drops them, I'm assuming he has both. Otherwise he's just left-handing the MR6. Left-handing? Is that a word? Left-handing? He's using it in his left hand. But other than that, there's only one more visual mistake I could find in this theatrical trailer. And that would be the Panzer's arm cannon being on the wrong side. Now it's at the part where they introduce the Panzer, and he comes down, but we can see the arm cannon is on his left side. But in this next shot, he's shooting it out from his right. Then in the following shot, it's coming out from the correct left hand. Now, I'm not sure how this could happen. I figured maybe they just flipped the video, so it ended up looking like it was on his right, but I'm not entirely sure that's the case. But that's all I could find for Horizon Drek. Now continuing on to Now once again, there weren't too many for Zetsubo. Only two main things I could find. Now I'm not sure you could count this one as visually odd, but it's at the part where Takeo is killing a zombie with his katana, but it appears that the zombie drops a power-up, I'm assuming a seed since it's blue. The thing that makes this weird is throughout the whole trailer as they're killing zombies, you can obviously see that power-ups are dropping. The thing is they're using the default weapons that are out from the box or come from the wall. Here though, they have Takeo doing a very specific special animation with his katana that then kills the zombie and drops it. Now, this isn't anything crazy big. I'm sure there's an easy way they could probably do this. It's just a little fun visual to see. Now the next thing is Nikolai giving himself the Skull of Non-Sapwe using commands. Now, I tried to figure out where exactly he is in this scene. I can't tell the exact location, but I can definitely tell you this isn't underground where you usually obtain the Skull of Non-Sapwe. I tried brightening up the image, I tried finding anything to sort of tell me this is under there, but I don't believe so. So he just pulls it out of nowhere. Now, giving yourself equipment using commands is one thing, but changing your weapon is completely different. Just like in Gorod Krovi, there's a scene where Takio knocks down a zombie, or it might have been Dempsey, kneels down and fires 3 shots into the zombie's head. Now yes, it plays the MR6 sound effect, but he's holding the RK5. This means that he somehow got his RK5 to be semi-automatic. Now, I'm sure this is possible, like in the Black Ops 3 universe, but from a gameplay perspective, there is no way in Black Ops 3 to turn your RK5 into a semi-automatic. Now, I wasn't gonna include this because he still fires 3 shots, it could just be slowed down, but later on in this scene, he does the same thing. So here he fires not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 single shots using the RK5 with a long enough time in between each shot to prove that he's pulling the trigger and shooting a single shot with the pistol. Again, this is very nitpicky, but that's the whole point of this video. Lastly, for Black Ops 3, in Revelations, there was only a single visual I could find, but it's a fairly interesting one. In this scene where they're passing by the car in the spawn room, you can see the blue orb on the truck that would let you later on get pack-punch weapons from out the box and unlock Takio's katana. Now, the only way to obtain this blue orb is by doing all the previous Easter eggs from Shadows, Drazendrak, the Giant, and Zetsubo no Shima, as long as Gorod Krovi. Now, lore-wise, of course they were there for all of them, besides Shadows of Evil. Now that means gameplay-wise, the people who were playing this match during this theatrical had done all the Easter eggs prior, which makes sense because these are most likely Treyarch devs, and whether they did the Easter eggs or not, I'm sure they have everything on whatever accounts they are using for these trailers. But yeah, just sort of interesting. Now on to Black Ops 4 with the map with the most visual oddities. So in 9, I found more visuals than all of Black Ops 3 combined. And one of these I'm very interested, which I'll get into later. Now in this scene we have Diego dual-wielding the Welling. Now this means 2 things. 1, he's dumb for starting with the Welling, and 2, he somehow got dual-wield to be on the Welling. Now you might be saying that if you pack-punch the Welling, you get them dual-wield since it's essentially the Mustang and Sally's. From what I could tell, he's just shooting normal bullets, which would mean this is non-packed. Which means this is just another Dempsey or Scarlet case. Speaking of Scarlet, Scarlet dual-wields the Shrifes 4 times from what I found. Now, I don't know how she did this, but I would love to know because I would love to dual-wield pack these. But like I said for Diego, it's just another Dempsey case where I'm sure it's just for visual effects. Man, a lot of these have to do with weapons and equipment. But next we have, I believe, Bruno spawning in with the VKM. Now, I really tried to look to see if this door was closed, and I believe it is. I'm not 100% sure. But if it is, that would mean that Bruno spawned in with the Talisman, Grand Token of Superiority, which lets you spawn in with a random LMG. Now, during this scene, I also realized they are pretty high into the rounds in the starting room. You can clearly see both doors are closed this time. Now, we can see vermin as well as gladiators in the spawn room, which would mean they are on round 10, I believe, at least. For this next one, it's very simple, but when they're putting the heads on the pikes for the pack-a-punch, there is no tiger head. In fact, they're all the same exact zombie head. No gladiator heads at all. Also, within that pack-a-punch room, There's a horde of zombies that breaks out of some wooden barrier, I presume, and they keep running forwards and go through a breakable wall. It's clearly one that could be broken down, but I can't tell where this is. It clearly looks like it would be in those side tunnels where you get the parts for the acid trap, but I can't tell what wall they are breaking. There's no breakable wall there. Now, again, this is just one of those theatrical trailer moments where they add in a scene that would never happen during gameplay. I just wonder why specifically add a wall that they're breaking into, and also where they're coming out from, besides just coming down from the hallway. Scarlet using an actual Molotov instead of a Wraith fire. Now there's this cool cinematic moment where Scarlet kicks a gladiator into a pike and then sets it on fire and walks away all cool and whatnot. Now the odd thing is she pulls out a Molotov and a lighter, lights it on fire and throws it at him. As she walks away, it's the blue fire from the Wraith fire, clearly, since I'm assuming that's what they had to use. But it's just very odd that she pulls out a Molotov. And it makes you think if we were going to have Molotovs instead, but then they later got replaced with the Wraith fire. But I highly doubt that. Otherwise, I can't think of any time there is a Molotov in Black Ops 4. So, it's just another weird oddity. Now, I saved sort of the best one for last, and this one just really strikes me because during this scene here, we can see Shaw helping up Scarlet, and we see him holding the Dracon from Black Ops 3, which is a weapon you cannot use in Black Ops 4. There's many weapons that were brought over from Black Ops 3, like the Locust, Argus, the VMP, but never the Dracon. And it could just be a weapon placeholder they used. You know, they just needed a weapon they had to hold. They chose the Dracon since they still had the weapon asset. Could be something as simple as that. But you never know if maybe they made these prior and they did plan on having the Dracon in there. Like, it's just a very weird thing to see, especially since there's no other cases of this happening in any of these trailers or whatnot, at least for zombies. But yeah, that's essentially it. That's all I could find. There's none in Dead of the Night, and that's the end of the musical theatrical trailers that Treyarch ever put out, sadly enough. But if you like this, like the video, comment if you found anything or any ideas on like the Dracon and whatnot. In my next video, I kind of want to look into what level are the characters from Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, just going by what we see in these trailers and whatnot. Very odd and very random, but I think it could be fun to know. With all that, thank you for watching and have yourself a damn good one.